Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Sam. I am just starting my YouTube channel and I just wanted to come on here and just try to be as confident as I possibly can, and I want to speak to you all about makeup that I love. I want to do reviews on products, but especially just today I want to start out by just starting to use products on my channel that are cruelty free, and today I wanted to specifically do a video about first impressions. A little about myself. I've done makeup for years now, freelance work, and I'm also a licensed esthetician, so I love skincare, I love makeup, and I just kind of want to jump into the video today and get going. I'm going to unpackage several things that have never been used before, so they're truly my first impressions. So if you want to watch this video, just keep on watching. And of course I had to come on here and wear cat ears because I love cats. My kitty's right there actually. He's turned the other way, but his name is Chubby. Okay, first I'm starting with e.l.f. I'm going to use that as my primer. As you see, I have not opened it. It is their Poreless Face Primer. I've actually never used e.l.f. primers at all. So this is not only my first like kind of primer, this is the first time ever using any kind of e.l.f. primer ever. So this is going to be interesting to watch back later since this is my first video. I probably did put a little bit too much on, but I'm assuming since it is poreless it's probably mattifying, which is great. I do have combination skin. My T-zone usually is a little bit more oily, and my cheeks and like the outlining of my face is normally dry. It feels very silicone-y, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's going to seep into the skin too well. Normally my preference for primers is something that's a little bit more tacky, so I know that when I'm putting my foundation on it's going to stick. And I'm going to use half of my face with a beauty blender and the other half with a Sonia Kashuk brush. I actually just got this set. It's the Simply Complete Face Set 4-piece core brush set. That's what it has on the packaging. It is the, like I said, the Sonia Kashuk Simply Complete Face Set. And if you see me look over to my right, I do have a viewfinder going on, a little monitor I'm using. But it comes with a little fluffy dome. Looks like a kabuki flat angled contour brush, and this looks like an all-over brush, maybe even a face blush brush. So I'm just gonna go in my right side. I'm going to use the flat top brush, and then on my left I'm going to use my beauty blender. And the foundation I'm going to use today is the Milani a Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Concealer. This isn't necessarily a new foundation. I have seen this for a while now. I just kind of been contemplating on using it because there's so many mixed reviews on this product. I don't know, y'all. Look, is it supposed to be a pump or not? Because if not, this is not the best packaging. Oh! You're not supposed to twist the top. You're supposed to pump it off. Like, don't twist like me. Just pull off. And I'm going to take, just using my finger, a couple of pumps. And my skin, I do have problematic skin. So I do enjoy something that is full coverage. So I'm actually going to go in with 3 pumps. I know that seems a little excessive, but in all reality, Let me scoot up to the camera. I probably, this is how I would personally judge a foundation, putting this amount of makeup. Okay, so like I said, I'm using the flat top brush, the Sonia Kashuk from that set. I'm going to use it on my right side. And I have a ring light on today, so I'm really curious how intense, this is going to show up as a match, or if, on here it's going to show up as, like, definitely not my color. So we will see. And obviously you want to always blend down on your neck. I'm going to put some on my eyelid just to cancel out some redness. Alright, now let's go in with our beauty blender. I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of biased with the beauty blender, just because I do believe that it being, a wet sponge, it's really gonna soak into the skin a little more, and give you more of a natural finish. But, every foundation is different. Some foundations don't go so well with a beauty blender or full coverage, because it is going to suck up a little bit of product. Alright, I'm going to get close to the skin. I'm looking into my viewfinder monitor actually. I think I'm kind of pulling toward the brush side. What do you guys think? Alright, I probably tapped some on this side and I shouldn't have done that. But let's continue on. I'm also going to test out today the Milani, let's see, the Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealer. I am a fan of Jaclyn Hill's videos, and if I'm not mistaken, I heard her talk about this. I could be completely wrong. I watch a lot of YouTubers. That's my thing. And I did get this in the color O2 Light. So I am going to dab. I am a concealer person, that is for sure. I have dry under eyes, and I definitely have darkness under my eyes. So I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting on the forehead, a little down the nose, right on the top of my lip, or I don't highlight too much on the chin, but I will do some here just because, for the forsake of the video. Alright. And this is it. You're done. This is all we're testing out. You're ready to go. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I am going to use the Beauty Blender. I'm going to use that on the same side I've been using it on. Oh my goodness. It's for sure lightning. That's great. I do like the color choice for me. I am a very neutral skin tone. When I'm tanner, not now, I do pull warm, and usually when I'm on the fair side like I am now, I pull a lot of neutral tones. So naturally I am a neutral. And I did use a beauty blender to do the chin. and the lip in the Beauty Blender side of my face. And just to see how it reacts with another brush, or excuse me, another piece of makeup equipment, I'm going to use just a foundation flat brush to maybe see if it gives you more coverage by using a brush and not a Beauty Blender. And I am going to put some over here. I forgot. Once again, gives you like a clean little canvas, and it cancels out any kind of veins or redness that you may have, any discoloration on your eyelids. But let's see. To be honest with you, I really don't see a huge difference whether you use the brush or the Beauty Blender. I'm going to go over my cheeks a little bit. And now that I see that the foundation is setting in, I would not say this is full coverage. I would say this is probably medium to buildable. So I'm sure depending on your skin, you can get it to a certain amount of coverage that you would prefer. I have problematic skin, so as full coverage as I can possibly get something without looking cakey is the way I'm probably gonna go. We'll see how it sets. It's still definitely tacky on my face, so it's still kind of setting into the skin. So now I'm going to move on to brows. Today I am using Milani again. I swear this isn't a Milani tutorial. I just happen to have a Milani products that I have not opened yet, and they happen to be affordable. I got mine or some of my things at Target. I believe Milani is also sold at CVS and Walgreens now, if I'm not mistaken. And I do have pretty full brows, but I do have some sparseness in between there. So I am going to go in with the Milani. I just took it out of the packaging and ripped it. I'm sorry. The Milani Easy Brow Automatic Pencil. It's supposed to be water resistant, so that is obviously a huge perk. It does have the tip really similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz. It's not as thin, but it's really close. Alright, so I'm going to give my brows a good brushing. And since I am using my viewfinder, I'm going to actually grab a mirror I can use. Just a second. It's hard to do your brows when you don't have a mirror that's up close. And I'm just going to underline the top of my brow and kind of blend that product up and just shape what I already have. It's always important to blend as you go. How are we looking, guys? What do you think? Whoever says filling in your brows is not important, they're lying to you, okay? I'm loving this concealer, guys, for sure. It's not drying, which is great. Like I said, I am using it in the color dark brown. I I don't know if I'm loving this. It is coming off a little golden. Too warm for me. I do prefer more of like an ashier. I'm looking at my monitor as well. And I know y'all see a little bit of hairs. I am trying to grow out more of a feathery brow, so I do have a lot of sparse hairs that haven't been touched. And I know y'all noticed the Neutrogena Shine Powder. Like I said, I just recently, or hopefully I said this in the beginning, I just recently went cruelty free. So I do have products that aren't cruelty free. Obviously that I've purchased in the past. Alright, so here is the brows. Overall, for that first impression so far, it's not bad. As everything is starting to set toward the end, I would like to see if it kind of oxidizes and maybe becomes even more warm tone. Like I said, I would prefer ashier brow. Okay, so on to our next product. I'm trying out the Color Tattoo eye chromes. These used to be in little pomades, little pots, but now they are making them in liquid form, which I think is super cool. So I am going for the color today, Electric Emerald. It looks so pretty. I'll show it to you on my hand before I put it on my eyes. Extremely pigmented. Look how freaking beautiful that is. Ugh. So I'm actually going to put this straight onto my eye. I'm going to test it out how it's supposed to be tested. And I do have hooded eyes, so I know this is going to transfer some. But I am going to let it set as much as it can and see if I can possibly blend it out when it's not so wet. I look like a raccoon right now, guys. This is a pretty dramatic look for somebody just starting their YouTube, right? Okay, and like I said, I do have hooded eyes, so I know it's going to transfer. But we're going to go back in, and obviously we're going to blend this out. And I noticed y'all noticed before I even put this on, I did have some creasing going on. So like I said, I am definitely hooded when it comes to my lids. But I am going to go, normally if I would go in with like a powdered eyeshadow, I would definitely set my eyelid from that concealer. I would definitely put powder on top before I ever went in with an eyeshadow. But since I am using another liquid, I really didn't feel the need to set my eyelid before I went in with this. So I just smeared this. I really hope it's not on my shirt. Okay, anyways, so this is starting to set. I can feel it kind of drying actually. So like I said, Maybelline Color Tattoo eye chrome. And I'm going to go ahead and say this. I did just find out that Maybelline is not cruelty free, and I did already purchase this product, but for the sake of reviewing of the products I had already purchased, I did put this in the video. So once again, this is not cruelty free. I'm just testing this out because it was already purchased before I found out. So just want to have that as like a disclaimer. Okay, and I am kind of going to fill out this eyeshadow using a brush, just a packing brush, just to see if it's setting and dry. I just don't want to get it all over my fingers if it's not dry. It's getting there. Okay, so first, I'm kind of gonna go in right now with a little bit of like a translucent powder just to see if I can blend out the crease of this eyeshadow. Okay, it did blend. It wasn't the easiest thing to blend. I mean, you did just see how long it took. But it's definitely still workable if you're someone that has hooded eyes. I just dropped my makeup brush. Okay. And y'all may notice a little bit of color change. This isn't my cleanest brush, but I did, like I said, I just used a translucent powder to go in and kind of blend out the edges of this color tattoo just to see if it's blendable for you guys. As far as first impressions, I can't really say if I'm gonna love this product. I do love the color. I think it's very beautiful. It's very pigmented. Like I said earlier, I did smush it or smear it. It is a very pigmented product for sure. As far as something maybe I would pick up and use on an everyday basis, maybe not so much, like I said, because of my hooded eyes. It would be more of a hassle, and I am more of a person that loves to go in with like a dry, basic, you know, pressed eyeshadow. I would prefer that. Okay, and before we go in and set our face, as far as this foundation oxidizing, I've been recording for, I'm not even sure right now. I have a new camera. Probably going on 15 minutes or so. So far I don't see any kind of oxidizing, which is amazing. One of my favorite foundations, Urban Decay All Nighter. Do I have it near me? I thought I may have it near me. I don't. But y'all probably know Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. That is one of my absolute favorite foundations, but it does oxidize. So I have to go down a couple of shades just so it's, you know, wearable on me. But this seems like it doesn't oxidize whatsoever. And this is the color O2 Natural. I don't know if I said that earlier, but once again, and I'll try to go down in my description box and actually label everything for you guys. And maybe if it seems like our skin tones and our undertones are comparable, maybe you can try out the same shade as me. Milani Conceal and Perfect O2 Natural. And that is more of a, like I said, more of a fairer shade for me. Okay, and now I'm actually going to go in and set this foundation. Oh, y'all, I have cat hair in my eye. Okay, and this is the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD Powder in Clear. So this is supposed to be a translucent powder. It does come with a mirror and a sponge included. I'm probably not going to use that sponge. The packaging really isn't easy to open. Okay, here we go. Oh, I love e.l.f. packaging. For a company that, like, is so cheap, they somehow make it work. and have great packaging. I don't know what it is. Okay, so you open it up. You have your mirror, obviously. You have your products. And if you lift this up, you have a sponge, which is a definite plus. If you're someone that wants to use that sponge, that's absolutely great. But I'm just going to go in with one of my brushes that I love. And this is just a BH brush. BH Cosmetics. Just an overall brush. Sorry, I probably have some fuzzies on there for my kitty. I'm just going to put my brush into the product and set this face. Like I said, I do have combination skin, but I am more oily in my T-zone. And normally I would sometimes, go in with like a baking powder. Go in with a translucent powder to bake my face, but I'm not going to bake today just because I wanted to test out this and see how it would do without baking. Okay, first off, I would not say that this is translucent. I am experiencing a little bit of a white cast on my face. So, for it to be a product that is a perfect finish HD powder, I don't think I would use this for filming purposes. Probably not in photos either. I do feel like I keep having to go in with it too for places that are a little oily. Okay, so now I'm actually going to go back to the eyes. And I am using today the Kat Von D Metal Mattes eyeshadow palette. I'm going to go in with the color Suede, and I'm going to use this on the crease of my eye. I'm going to go in and try to blend out a little more, kind of like a fade into that green. And I am going to use a mirror right here. Okay, and I am going to use probably this Tencel. Am I saying that right? Tencel. It's almost like a silver, like a metallic silver. I'm actually going to use my finger. Look at that pigment. Oh, and I'm just going to place this at the very top of my lid. Oh, isn't that so pretty? I have opened this package, obviously, but I haven't been able to use the metal eyeshadows. The only color I can already tell you that I did use already when I opened the package was the Suede Translucent Shadow. I have used that. But this is my first time using these metal shadows and packing color. What do you guys think so far? I did kind of blend that out with my finger, which is, if you've never used your finger as a blending product, you should do that. It's great. Okay, and also on my eyes today, I'm going to go in with the Makeup Geek shadows. So the eyeliner pencil shadows. I'm going to go in with the color Espresso. I'm going to use that e.l.f. mirror. And I'm just going to use this to tight line the top of my lashes. Sorry, this face looks funny. Don't judge me. And if you've never tie-lined your lashes before, it just kind of cancels out some of that skin that you may see close to your lash line. And when you do put your mascara or your lashes on, it does give the effect that your lashes are thicker. Okay, and next for the eyes, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Liner. This is in the color black. And I'm going to do a little bit of a wing today. So let's see. This is not a brush tip, which I would normally think in this kind of packaging that it would be, but it's more of a felt. Since this felt, I keep trying to show you and then I put the mirror in the camera. This felt tip is pointed, so that's great. So that does give like an easy application for a wing liner. Let me do the other eye and see how that goes. That wing turned it out okay. It's not the best wing I've ever done. Y'all, look what I just did. What is going on? I got it off, but there is a little bit of a shade change going on there. So in a minute, I'm going to go back in with my concealer and I am going to clean up my brows. But let me finish my liner. Hopefully I don't do that to myself again. And I'm not gonna lie, so I don't know why I showed you that. I'm gonna put a little bit of that concealer that we used. I'm gonna clean up the underside of my brows. And I'm just gonna go in, let's see. This is a BH brush as well. It's just a very small packing brush, but Elma has like a tapered look to it, so it's kind of easy to go in and clean up the brows with this. And I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Sorry, I was just blocking the camera. But a lot of people freak out when, you know, they mess up with liner or they mess up with shadow, and they don't realize that cleaning up the brows anyways gives them a very sharp, crisp look, which I think pairs well with any makeup look, whether you're trying to be more on the natural side or if you're trying to do full glam. So far, I'm loving it to clean up the brows. Right underneath my eye, I am getting some creasing with that concealer. So I am going to go back in still with that damp beauty blender and see if I can't take some of the creasing away. This works for me. Usually when it comes to creasing under the eye, I do have that problem since I do have lines underneath my eyes. But let's see if that helps some. Yeah, the beauty blender helps some with the creasing. Okay, and I'm going to step away from the eyes for just a second. I'm actually going to go in and give some color to my face, some contour to my face. I'm going to go in with my new e.l.f. bronzing palette. It comes with 4 different colors, and I'm really interested to see if these are going to work for like a light skin tone. It didn't have, you know, there wasn't like a light to medium skin or dark skin version. It was just one palette. And like I said, it's the bronzer palette from e.l.f. Never been opened before. Oh my gosh. Guys, it is so pretty. Okay, so this here is definitely more of your matte shade. This automatically from the pan looks like a shimmer. This looks like a shimmer, and I definitely see a little shimmer in this too. So sometimes when you scrape the top of the pan of a product, that shimmer will come off. So we will see about that. Okay, and I'm going to use one of the Sonia Kashuk, more of that dome fluffy brush that was in that pack. And I'm going to start by actually going in with this one right here in the corner that I said was matte. Definitely has a lot of kickback, by the way. So I'm going to get some and dust it off. Not seeing too much of a color change. Are you guys seeing anything? Not from this end. Alright, so I'm going to go in even heavier with that product. Tap off some of the excess. Really not getting much of anything off of this shade. I'm going to go a little further down in this corner and kind of pick up some product to see what I see from there. And I'm really having to dig in. Like, I'm not getting much of anything. I'm digging, y'all. Look at this. Not getting that much product. There's a little bit more color on that one. Okay. I really don't know, guys. It is coming off using that second shade that we did down here in the corner. And by the way, they don't have names, so that's why I'm really not pointing them out by that. I'm gonna go under this jaw. Alright, I'm going to try out this shade here. You know what? For it to look like a shimmer in the pan, it might not be. Still with that same brush, I'm kind of going to go more toward the top of it. Let's see what I can do. Okay. Alright, it is warming up better than the other two, I'm thinking. So, we tried this first. That's the one that I said, first off, looked the most matte, just from looking at the pan. This is the second one we went in to. I was like digging into that product, and I really couldn't get much to come off on my brush. And this one here so far is the only one that's like really showing me a color change. And I'm just trying to bronze the skin today. I'm not going in with any kind of contour. Okay, let's see, just for the video's sake, let's try this one out. Okay, these two are pretty much the same. I'm not really getting any kind of effect from these bottom two at all. And the funny thing is that this whole quad, they're really pulling the same color. I'm not getting, I mean, they all could pretty much be in one, and you'd be better off having a bigger pan of product, if that makes sense. Like, these are all too similar to be separated. Okay. I mean, that's the point of this video. We're doing first impressions. We're trying things out. So now let's move on to our blush product. This is the Milani Coral Cove powder blush. I absolutely love, look at that print. Is that not the prettiest thing ever? I'm going to open this up for you guys. I know with this look you're kind of like thinking, why in the world are you about to put on a coral blush? Girl, we are doing a first impressions. Alright, I'm going to go in with a finger swipe first. Y'all, this may be a little too pigmented, if that makes any sense. It's so hard to tell. Okay, hold on. It came off more on my finger than it actually did placing it on my hand. So, I'm going to go in with my blush brush. There is a lot of kickback. I don't know if you guys can even tell. But, can you see that? I'm going to tap off the excess. It's pretty. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. Wow. You really don't even have to go in that much with product. The payoff is like amazing so far. So, the kickback is there, but that color is beautiful, and cannot say any cons so far other than that. But that doesn't bother me. It may bother a lot of other people. It doesn't bother me at all. Okay, and now I'm going to go into our waterline. And I'm not going to go so much far in. I'm going to go probably halfway. Uh-oh. Something just fell on my face. I don't know if you guys noticed, but that wing liner is starting to crumble. That piece that was on my face was actually a piece of the liner that had dried up and fell off. So I'm just going to go over that with like a powder just to see if I can just mute what just happened. Okay, and after I put that espresso color from the Makeup Geek liner on my waterline, I'm going to go back in with a pencil brush, and I'm going to go in with my pencil brush and kind of smoke that out a little bit. There's so much going on the top lid, you kind of want to equal it out on the bottom. That is so pretty. So definitely the Makeup Geek liners are definitely blendable. great smudging liners. I just need a little more on this side. Okay. And now I'm going to go in with my new, oh, if I can find it. Oh, hello. My new Wet n Wild Max Fantastic Cat Eye Mascara. So we're going to give this a go. Okay. Really don't know about this wand. It kind of has like a comb side. And the rest is, you see a little bit of bristles, but they're very small. What do you guys think? Some of that color tattoo did get on my lashes, so they were kind of hard to comb through on certain parts. This isn't the best mascara I've ever used, but if you're looking for something that is black, this is, again, holding up the wrong thing, this is pretty black, and I did get it in that color. Now going in to the bottom lashes. Like I said, okay, definitely has a color payoff to it. Now I am gonna go into our lips, and I'm going to use, this is it, I already took it out of the box, let's see, the Perfect Pout Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner. It's supposed to have seamless and flawless application, no tugging, no dragging, delivers never-ending color. Awesome. And in the shade is Bear to Comment. And you know, I wanted to get something more on the nude side since we did have a little bit of color on the eyes. My lips have been so washed out because of that foundation. And this is pretty creamy. I'm actually gonna just, oh, you see that foundation gathered on my lips? If that has been there the whole time, I'm so sorry. That's my fault. I go crazy putting it on. I probably shouldn't let it get on my lips. And this is creamy. I'm actually just going to set my lips with this entire liner. Guys, I'm loving this so far. I love this color, and I'm so picky about eyeliner, or excuse me, lip liner colors. This is amazing. I normally don't set my whole lip with a lip liner, but that is beautiful. Okay, and for our last step, I'm going to go in with the Kiss Faux Mink Collection lashes. This is in the, let's see, in the name Midnight. I was about to say the color Midnight. And let me get them out of the packaging so you can see. Very, very beautiful. And I'm going to use my House of Lashes glue. Hands down, some of the best lash glue I've ever tried. Probably my favorite. And I've noticed that these lashes do have a thick band. I prefer that, to be honest with you. I feel like, especially for people that are beginners with false lashes, they are so much easier to wear. They're so wearable. And I do have a curve to my eye, so I'm kind of going to stretch these out a little bit. Let me see if they fit my lash, if I'm going to have to trim them. Okay, I am going to have to trim some of the ends. I would think my eyes are like a standard you know, length across, but you know, they do make these lashes to be really long. Lose your tweezers. I lose my tweezers all the time when I'm trying to put glue or like cut my lashes. I have the worst habit of that. I don't know about these guys. I like some, you know, thicker lashes sometimes, but these I don't think are very bendable. Alright, what do you guys think? As far as my first impression of them, they are, you know, keep in mind, I haven't tried from this Lash Couture collection. I've never tried a lash from that line from Kiss. Now, like I said before, I do love thick bands on lashes, but getting them to bend and be flexible enough to place on your lashes is difficult. But the result seems really pretty. They are very full, but they're wispy, and I love how they kind of elongate my eye. Okay, and of course I cannot forget highlighter. I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I have opened this, and I'm not going to lie, I've played and I've dabbed. This beauty right here. It's amazing. And to make that highlight even more poppin', I'm going to go in with the NYX Away Me Glow Liquid Highlighter. And I'm just going to add this to the very tops of my cheekbone. Okay. And I'm just going to dab that out with my finger. So far, it feels very nice. It almost feels like a... You ever put something minty on your skin? That's almost what it feels like. Okay. And I'm going to go in with my Morphe R36 highlighter brush. I just, this isn't a new brush to me. I've actually had this, but, you know, I've heard so many great reviews on it that I had to purchase it myself. I'm going to go in, let's see, probably just this Forever Young. This is like almost like a champagne light shade, and it goes really well with that liquid highlighter, I think, because this is in the shade, sorry, I should have said that earlier. The liquid highlighter that I used is in the shade Crystal Glare, which this actually goes well with it. So again, I'm going to use my R36 Morphe brush, and I'm going to go in with Forever Young. Isn't that... that is amazing. Wow. Just on the tip of my nose, I'm gonna put some. Isn't that freaking amazing? Oh. It actually, since that combo turned out so well, I'm gonna dab a little bit of this liquid highlighter on my Cupid's bow. Just one little dot. Oh my god, just one dot, by the way, goes a long way. And I'm going to go back in with that Forever Young. Oh my goodness. And that's actually a really nice trick to kind of give you more of a pout. Guys, I mean, don't get me wrong, like before we even set that liquid highlighter with a powder, I mean, I'm kind of really surprised at this. The NYX Away We Glow. Sorry, it's so hard to say that for some reason. I mean, I think that would have been great on its own, but putting that Anastasia Nicole Guerrero powder highlighter right on top of it, I mean, it almost looks wet, so I'm loving that. Okay, I took my hip in out. So what do you guys think? I really do love the look. A few things that really stand out to me. I do love the lashes. I think they came out really pretty. They were a little difficult to put on, but I can see past that. I do really love the glue I use. Oh, and that was not a first impression. I will tell you that. I've had this glue for a while, so, but I will tell you it's fantastic. The highlighter, both products, the powder and the liquid, I have to say, love the combination. And love the lip liner. The Wet n Wild lip liner, for sure. I would definitely be purchasing different colors. So far, a few things I'm really not crazy about. The foundation, and I'm not crazy about the Color Tattoo, the liquid eyeshadow. I don't think I would purchase those again. Maybe for somebody that had extra lid space, not someone like me. The creasing was kind of difficult to blend out, as well as the foundation. It was just, it's not as full coverage as I would like. Now, I'm not going to say I'm never going to use it again, because I do want to, you know, keep trying it out. Possibly set this with a more of a full coverage a full coverage powder on top of it. Maybe that would make a bigger difference for someone like me that does like a fuller coverage. But you know what? What it says it's supposed to do, it doesn't really say. It's supposed to be a 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. So I mean, if we're basing it off of what the product says it's supposed to do, it's not really doing that. But like I said, it's not something I'm not going to use again. I'll probably use it once more. Now, if we're going to read the back of the packaging, it does say it's medium to full coverage, but like I said, to make this full coverage, you're going to have to do some caking. I mean, I used 3 pumps of this product on my face, and I still don't think it's as full coverage as it could possibly be. It also claims to be lightweight, oil-free, long-wearing, water-resistant, and sweat-proof. I mean, that would be another tutorial for me to do, kind of wearing out the foundation and seeing if it actually holds up to all the things it's supposed to do. But for my first video, this was very fun. I don't even know, like, how to put into words how nervous I was to make this video. I absolutely love makeup. I love skincare. I love putting makeup on other people and on myself. So to make this video and to like put myself out there, you know, I felt very racking to just sit down and you basically feel like you're talking to yourself. But anyways, I don't want to ramble. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched this entire video, girl, kudos to you. Or guy, kudos to you. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with me, and hopefully I'll be able to do more videos again. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.